Computers are part of our daily lives. Can you imagine life without them? Today, Daani and I are going to open this computer to see its internal components. Thanks to our friend who gave us her Samsung laptop, which I think was produced in 2008. Like always, safety first, and goggles on. Every laptop has numerous components, among which the most important are motherboard, CPU or central processing unit, GPU or graphic processing unit, LCD, RAM, storage unit, keyboard and battery. Relatively old computers also have disk drive, and since this computer was produced in late 2000, it also has a disk drive. We began by finding the proper tool for unscrewing those screws. After unscrewing a few screws, very soon we saw storage unit, the green compartment, and RAM. I detached the hard drive or storage unit, and Daani removed the RAM. Bottom panel was screwed to the main body via tens of screws. That is why it took a long time to separate it. This process bored Daani. That is why he grabbed one of his favorite tools, the hammer. But surely we don't need hammer for this job. After hard work, we got to remove the panel and saw what was beneath it. It was quite fun to see so many electronics so carefully placed next to each other. We continued separating various parts mainly by unscrewing. And before anything, we detached CD drive or disk drive. You know, older computers all had one of these optical disk drives, but I have not seen even one of these disk drives in newer computer. I think time has changed. At this moment, we successfully detached the LCD. And here, Daani detached the battery. If you watched our previous video in which we opened the printer, we saw a fan in that printer, which was surprising for us. In a laptop, however, we expected to see a fan, and we detached it. Fan's job is cooling the electronic components of the computer. After unscrewing some more screws and using a little bit of muscle force, we detached the motherboard. CPU and GPU were mounted on the motherboard. CPU provides processing power for the computer, while GPU accelerates graphic rendering. Motherboard is the backbone of any computer. All system components such as the CPU, GPU, and memory cards interact and connect via motherboard. Finally, we got to detach the last component, the keyboard. The entire process of disassembling this computer took about 2 hours. After that, Daani and I cleaned up and put the tools back into the toolbox. And here we see all the detached components next to each other. LCD, keyboard, motherboard, so many little screws, storage unit, RAM, disk drive, and several small components that I don't even know their names. My assistant was so happy with the final results.